Before we start, I would like to introduce our first speaker, Mr. Daniel Fitzgerald Soria. He is a multi-awarded social innovator, a serial entrepreneur, and youth leader. Daniel Fitzgerald Soria, or often referred to as Neil, lives in the brave life in Manila. A victim of bullying and Philippine infamous and violent fraternity culture, Neil captured the hearts and minds of thousands across Southeast Asia with thought-provoking messages extending beyond the depths of border and culture. At 19, he pioneered the ASEAN Youth Leaders Association, an award-winning youth-led nonprofit organization which brings young people from all walks of life in Southeast Asia at the forefront of transforming ideas into positive action. AYLA was able to pull more than 45,000 young people away from being exploited of their vulnerabilities by proactively co-designing creative solutions that bridge social divides. On 2016, together with a team of young people and urban street artists, Neil led Colors of Hope Education, an enrichment program designed to address prevalent issues concerning the access to education in the Philippines by bridging classrooms to the streets, but in an artistic and creative way. The project was recognized by the World Bank Group and the Zicklin Center for Business Ethics and Research for the Wharton School, University of Pennsylvania, for its compelling approach to youth development and education in the Philippines. Neil co-founded ASEAN Exchange Co. Limited, a social enterprise providing offline and online solutions to help curb unemployment rates in Southeast Asia. With the offline ideas, his team works at reaching their target of unwavering a network or of weaving a network of self-made entrepreneurs coming from humble and dire backgrounds. Currently, Neil works as the CEO of Philippine-based edtech startup, Sociov, which he also founded with Zonia May Kipot and Joseph Las Alas. Sociov aims to reinvent inclusive access to business coaching and career coaching services through on-demand CAAS coaching as service platforms for entrepreneurs, students, and professionals. So I would like to welcome Mr. Neil Fitzgerald Soria.
Hello, good evening and good morning to everyone. Can everyone hear me?
Yep, we can hear you fine, Neil. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for that very warm welcome and introduction. And first, I would like to thank the Caribbean ASEAN Council for inviting me to this webinar. This is actually my first for the entire 2020. I was really focused with with the pandemic and crisis proofing our business and our startup. I think all entrepreneurs across the world has been really in that area of mindset to actually continue and develop their business continuity. First, I would like to introduce my topic, which would be about entrepreneurship, business continuity, and tapping startups or harnessing technology in an era of the pandemic or an era of uncertainty. So throughout human history, crisis has been pivotal in developing our societies. We had the 2008 financial crisis, and we had different pandemics previously. We even have the H1N1 and the SARS-1 virus, which also heavily affected different economies. Pandemics have helped advance healthcare systems. Wars have fueled technological innovations, and the global financial crisis itself helped advance tech companies like Uber and Airbnb. The present coronavirus pandemic will arguably not be an exception. Entrepreneurs, young ones alike, can be expected to rise to this challenge. Businesses play a key role both in helping society get through an economic crisis and in creating innovations that help change the society. So one key question that I have for everyone, probably all guests that we have here, is how will the ongoing crisis influence the future of our society. I feel that it's not gonna be a new normal anymore. We shouldn't be talking about even being normal again. We should be talking about change, you know. So while it's hard to predict the future, we can develop an understanding of what is ahead by analyzing current trends. Data shows in Southeast Asia, there are 5 cities in the top 100 of startup ecosystems worldwide. Top 5 cities in Southeast Asia are among the top 100 startup ecosystems worldwide. These cities specifically are Manila, Kuala Lumpur. Let me get my list. We have Singapore as number one, Jakarta in Indonesia as the second one. We have Manila as the third biggest startup ecosystem in Southeast Asia. We have Bangkok coming at fourth, and we have Kuala Lumpur coming at fifth. The challenge now with these startup ecosystems is what will be and when will be the time that we can rise up, or we will rise up to the challenges of this pandemic. So also in Southeast Asia, the edtech ecosystem is estimated to be at $480 million of venture capital investments. There's 200 individual investments over the last 5 years happening around. Coaching in itself, where I am in, is the second fastest growing industry globally in 2019. And we don't know how much more it would actually cost by the end of this year since the pandemic happened. But definitely we have been in the spotlight. So with the surge, 50,000 plus of coaches registered worldwide, as per the ICF, we can expect more coming in. And at the same time, a lot of big companies nowadays are on the brink of redefining their successes or failures. As a matter of fact, for those companies who have been, laying off their employees, what we should be talking about right now is how can we redefine our business model so that we can create business continuity models that would actually cater not just during the pandemic, but post-pandemic as well. Companies are in the brink of successes or failures before they become successful themselves. A lot of founding teams nowadays have sacrificed a lot personally and within their families. A lot of investors are looking at large markets in a time of crisis. People are committed to changing the market, but they don't know how because things are uncertain for them. And the ones that transformed these markets are less regulated. So, as a matter of fact, also, there has been different pleas going on online to actually help educate, especially those entrepreneurs who have been steadily declining probably in terms of their businesses. A lot of webinars have been emerging from different infopreneurs, they say, and a lot of people have been clamoring for governments and different institutions to help out SMEs. But everything has been uncertain. So one question probably that I can pose to this webinar or to people around is how can we cut also the cultural gap between ASEAN and between the Caribbean business ecosystems? How can we create a stronger relationship between different founders, between different entrepreneurs, between different network leaders, between those two sub-regions in the world? It's all about building international collaborations. And these collaborations for us founders are critical. And we need in our business models, if we want to survive, a global scope on how our solutions can make an impact, not just in our own countries, but probably on a region-wide and on a multi, sub-regional basis. So let me finally recount the downside of entrepreneurship. As an entrepreneur, this is the time, which is a good side probably, for us to be glorified. Being an entrepreneur, you get a lot of recognition. But the downside of it is that this will also be the time that you can lose a lot of investments. That will be the new normal. And a lot of people, a lot of businesses, and a lot of enterprises will have their normal or usual investors back out from them because of uncertainties. With this, this is also the time to revisit your mission and purpose. This is also the time to revisit why we even started as entrepreneurs, and revisit always your assumptions with your business models. Redefine your values. Okay? And then this is also the time to re-show people why you became an entrepreneur in the first place. And that is because to serve your purpose, which is to help and change mindsets of people. So with this, I would like to again thank the ASEAN Caribbean Council. I hope I wasn't too stiff or too formal, but that was my talk. So thank you.